All right. Yeah. Well, here we are once again, 7 weeks later, and I've got nothing. I don't know if you've got something, but I got
think
nothing.
I produced something last time.
It doesn't matter. I don't produce it anymore. I produce everything else.
Oh.
I got to produce I got to produce one with Roden when you're not there. I got to produce one with the movie
that's
thing.
on you.
That's no.
Did I take notes? Can you still hear me? If I put the app in the background, I thought I had notes on.
Yeah, something. I can still hear you.
I wrote a thing.
Yeah, see, exactly. You got something.
Sometimes.
Actually, let me look at notes, too, because it could be blacked out and put something together and didn't even realize it.
When did I last put something in this? Oh, June 2022. So it's been a minute. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking. I have a.
Let me see what we talked about last.
SOD segments. This is when did I write this one? I wrote this in 2016. SOD segments: toilet seat, sex packets, sweating to the oldies.
I wonder what the toilet seat was.
Yearbook. About. I don't know. Memory lane.
The last one we did, me and Roden, was Unfinished Business, where he talked about all the projects around the house that he starts but doesn't finish. And then I talked about all the ones that I started and don't finish.
I don't have a lot of those. Like, if I
good for you.
I
Great.
knock it out. But I don't take on a lot of projects. Most of my stuff is just cleaning. That's it. The other thing I wrote down, son of a gun. I think we did we do something on playgrounds? I wrote something about playgrounds. I wrote something about cars and sporting events. I think we did sporting events. Yeah.
I think we did do playgrounds where we just talked about all the crazy ass shit that was on playgrounds. And
yeah, I think we talked about those like black rubber. I think they were rubber, but they were as hard as concrete mats that were under monkey bars that were like as hard as concrete. So there was really no purpose of having them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like they'd have a set of monkey bars or something on the playground above like the tarmac, if you will, above the asphalt, and then they put like this black rubber mat down. So if you fell, you'd fall on that. But that thing was it was as hard.
Yeah,
as
easily as hard.
Yeah.
The last
probably worse, and it would get slick as snot in the winter.
Yeah,
like
God,
it would just like
forget it. Even if it rained, it sprinkled. Good luck on that thing. Double Your Fun was the last thing we did, which was awkward to have a crush on a high schooler when you're a kid.
Yeah. That was like when you're you go to some family reunion. There's like your cousin brought some friend. They brought around their friend. This is Tiffany. You're like, we're going to run away together. My Lamborghini.
When we did one about movies, action movies, I think you did some sort of talk about John Wick.
John Wick or something, yeah.
Then it was Roden again. We talked about bowling. That was the last one I produced.
Emails or anything?
Huh?
Do you have any emails or anything?
I don't know how to get into that system.
Blew it.
Every time I try to go in, it asks me to do a thing, and then I text you, and I'm like, "Hey, man."
Somebody said that you blew it. It said they.
We did one on New Year's Eve parties.
Wait, awesome. I'm interested. Oh, this was. I think he suggested The Last Dragon. And you responded back. Yeah.
Could this be the end of Yardbirds?
Could it be?
Bubble Guts Giving. I don't know when we talked about playgrounds. I don't know when that was. If we did it.
I don't know if we did it.
I feel like we did it.
Yeah. How about last day of school? School's getting out. Have we done that before?
I think we've done that.
I think we have school.
Me and Thunder return to talk about
for summer.
Oh, talking about one wheeling. How's that one wheeling going?
Still doing it.
And you are.
Ruby started doing it like a week ago, and now I can barely get on the thing because all she wants to do is do it. So she's getting pretty good at it.
Talked about road trips.
It's a good song about school.
JD and Thunder reminisce about the adventures on the playground.
Yeah.
SOD 429, that was July 14th, 2022. SOD Men of Sport, JD and Thunder talk about the glory of amateur and minor league sporting events.
Yeah, so we did that. We already burned through my ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turdbo Teens. JD and Thunder talk about cartoons, Monster Jam, and Booger Sugar. These are really good. I want to listen to all these. These are great, man.
The log line's getting you.
Yeah, I wrote this shit. Why can't I remember it? In the words of R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Mr. Rebney, God bless.
What about...
I wrote this shit.
Oh, man, I don't know. What have I done lately?
I'm leaving all of this in. For sure. This is the intro to the motherfucking show this time.
This is the gold. This is gold. Don't waste this part. Don't waste it. Put it in. Put it uncut, raw.
Mm-hmm.
This is like BT. This is behind the scenes stuff. If this was on a DVD, you'd pay extra for it.
Yeah.
To see this. Yeah.
Did you hear that? Were you able to hear that?
Oh yeah, I heard him. I heard him.
Biden. Obama. Yeah.
What's been going on lately though? Like, is there anything in your life that you're like?
That's
well,
I'm trying. I'm literally racking my brain. I'm racking my brain right now, trying to think of any of it, and it's just coming up a complete and utter blank.
Well, I'm glad you don't, brother, because a lot of people do.
How's that bingos? How many bingos you get?
I didn't get a single bingo, and it's like I said,
sounds like a YP.
It's ramped. It's way up there now. It's going to be 2,700 next month.
Oh, shoosh.
Yeah.
Then you get yourself a Gran Torino staring at you right there.
So, kind of a real big deal. Thought for sure it was going to hit. Thought for sure.
Yeah, you could feel it in the air that night.
It's a mathematical thing. I think that the people that run it there that I talk to at the Eagles are like, it's some sort of nonsense about, every time no one hits it within so many numbers, then you get more numbers chances. And it's like, it's really got to hit. I mean, how much higher can it go than that? I mean, there can't be.
I don't know. I don't.
It can't be like someone can win 10 G's at bingo at the Eagles. That can't be a thing, right? I mean, I mean, there's got to be some limit. I like you
taking this thing. I was thinking about you the other day. I like that you've taken this thing that maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like you sort of started ironically, like, oh, let's go in the Eagles. That'll be a hoot. And you went in with like your old man or something.
Yeah.
And now you're like an officer of the law there, and you're like running the play like, no, dude, this is serious. Like but somehow it turned on you. Like it went from ironic and fun and karaoke, and now you're like, hey guys, that according to chapter 7, whatever, section 203
of the
we can't do that. You can't serve that right now.
I mean, it's true. That's all of that is true. But then there's a part of me that also
that's not a regulation crock pot. Terry.
Right. There is no. Of all the things, there is no regulations on crock pot bringing. That's for sure. But there is.
We've talked about that brand it's been recalled, Terry. We can't have it in here. It's too dangerous.
You just produced the show. So let's just talk about things from your childhood that seem to be things with your parents and maybe this is too obscure. Maybe this won't go anywhere, but
do they ever?
No. But this is one of those things. Like from my childhood, I remember my parents going.
Oh, I got one. I did. Okay.
All right. Hold on. We'll stop right now. Stop and right now. Stop down.
A champion from the West. A legend of the East. A competition that went too far.
There's been too much violence, too much pain.
Now, to survive, you must destroy. For honor.
Let us gingerly touch our tips.
For love.
It will be nice. I think you will love it.
For justice.
The law's on my side.
The power of a warrior. JB. The heart of a champion. Thunder.
He likes the way I talk, and I like the way he talks.
This is Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes.
Stack of Dimes. We are the podcast that you had laminated, you shoved it in your wallet, and you forgot to update it. And there it sits until one day you're going through your wallet because it got so fat that it hurts your sciatica sitting on it in a car. And you go, what the hell is this thing? The Eagles? Did I ever sign back up for the Eagles or the Elks? Or whatever insert club here.
The FOE.
The FOE. Yeah, that is the Eagle. Yeah,
I know that. I just am doing it by its name.
Yeah, it's proper name. Oh, I thought you were coming up with a crazy one because you got the you got the Legion, you got the Elks, you got the Moose, you got them all. But yeah. So get us. You know what? If you're not going to update it, take us out of your wallet for Christ's sakes. We don't want to hurt your ass. Best thing I ever did, by the way, was getting rid of an actual wallet. Through no fault of my own.
I haven't had a wallet in years,
and it was stolen through no fault of my own. But yeah, you were a big fan of the money clip early on.
Front
right?
pocket, money clip in the front pocket. I haven't had a wallet probably since I was 19 or 20, and now I've slimmed down further. I go with that dumb magnetic thing that sticks to your phone.
Oh,
I carry two cards. I carry my driver's license and I carry one credit card.
No,
that's it.
I remember Luke used to be like, oh, I'm gonna, I lose my. It was either I lose my phone. I think it was I lose my phone so much that I got a phone case that is a wallet. So now that will be so important to me, I will never lose it. Because
How'd that work out?
Then you just lost your wallet and your phone. That's how that works.
Yeah,
now.
but I won't lose my whole wallet. I only take two cards that are essential.
No, I know.
So I have a wallet. Like I still have a little front pocket, like little elastic band kind of wallet that has like the rest of my credit cards and like health insurance. Got my Washington State boater's license in there.
Got it.
I got all.
I see.
But
what you're saying.
That just stays in like my laptop bag or something like that.
Got it. That doesn't see the light of day unless it's really necessary.
Unless I'm like, oh, we're going somewhere, we're going on a trip or something. I might need like my car insurance card or something like that to rent a car, whatever the case may be. But then just daily, it's like daily all I need is my driver's license and one like primary credit card. So I just used the little magnetic thing. I kind of did it as a, God damn it, this is boring. I did it as a little bit of a lark. I was like, oh, they got these at the Apple store. I was like, maybe I'll give one of those a try and see how I like it. And I never turned back. I didn't even, once I started using it, I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Well, here's the dumb thing with me is, I had in that sciatica joke, that true story. I had a back problem on my side where my wallet was, and I think the last time I pulled my wallet out in front of you, you're like, "What in the fuck do you have in there?" You said something to the effect, and I was like, I had become my dad because I used to say that to my dad as well, and I was like, I don't know, it's like in case I need this, that, and the other thing or whatever. But
turns out you don't need anything, really, anymore. You don't need even cash anymore.
No. And what would happen is I'd go on vacation, and when I would go on vacation, I would slim everything down to a front wallet with like a money clip, because I was like, I'm on vacation, and like, what do I need? Like, I don't know, like you said, ID, maybe a couple of credit cards, and maybe like a health insurance card just in case, right? So I would do that, and every time I come back from vacation, I'd go right back to my wallet. But as I would do that, I would go, hey, you know what? That turned out pretty good. I should probably just keep doing that. No, man, I need that other stuff just in case.
Just in case. Gotta have it. Always be prepared.
Turns out you don't need it. You really don't
need any of it.
And my back feels 1,000 times better. So, but yes, so
all that stuff that's just like another version of like it's hoarding, but on your person. It's just like another version of
so true.
All that stuff you have in your house. You're like, I should probably keep that. No, you don't. Don't need it.
You know
what's going to happen if you die? It's going to go straight in a dumpster.
Yep.
No one's ever going to look at it.
Nope. No. Hey, and the other thing about that too is people, if you want to know a hoarder without ever going to their house, ask them to pull out their keychain.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. I have coworkers. I had a girlfriend. I had with the biggest wad of keys. And of all the things, like my wallet, my keychain has always been if I'm forced to have like a mailbox key, it might be on there. And whatever cars I have and a house key. That's it. But have you ever met people that just have the most massive goddamn wad of keys and they like carabiner them to like their belt loop? And it's like, what are you doing? What do you need those keys for?
I have a car key, maybe. My phone can act as a car key, but it's not very reliable, so I don't trust it. But now once or twice I've left the house without my car key, and then I've sweated it, like, oh God, Bluetooth's going to die or something. This is not even an exaggeration. I don't have we don't have a house. We have a house key somewhere. I've never used it. I don't know where it is. I don't know what doors it would work on. I have no idea.
Is this because you have some sort of smart?
Yeah, we just go. Yeah, there's
I was going to say you better have some way of doing it, because we don't want to disclose this on this podcast, for God's sake. I mean, I'm sure.
But everything's like through either a smart lock or a keypad lock. I have no idea how to I just I don't carry really anything anymore. But,
good for you, Tony Stark. Yeah. It must be great.
I'm just like Iron Man.
No, I know that I'm the one behind the times with not having like a smart. It is
house. Definitely freeing where you can just it's especially like with the neighborhood we live in. Like, let's leave the house. Sometimes just with my phone, sometimes I don't even take that little wallet thing, because you can just like Apple Pay anywhere. It's like that's all you really need. But then Tim Cook's got me on that 5G nanotech inside my body. I got to upgrade it. Yeah, so your sciatica is better now. It's your wallet. It was
yeah, it's true.
Removed from your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, I was like, wow, that turns out when everyone talks about a thing that could be causing a problem and you ignore it, and then you accidentally do the thing that might be causing that problem, you go like, oh no, that was right. Everyone was right. Sitting on a wallet for, I don't know, a 30-minute drive into work and a 30-minute drive back is enough to eviscerate your lower back. So, yeah. But
for a while, I was doing a thing like this is more when like the kids were little and I had to like carry them in my arms more. But I was also using for a while like messenger bags. Everybody had a messenger bag.
Oh right, yeah, I remember
like
that.
A laptop, and like you put it over your shoulder and like you're a messenger. You look like Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm. You got a lot of
modern day Indiana
Yeah.
Jones. Mm-hmm. And I went in and got a massage, and I was like, my neck and my shoulder over here is just killing me. And they're like, you should get a backpack. Those messenger bags are just nothing but trouble. And you know what?
Shit.
I got a backpack, like literally, I swear, within like a day or two. I was like, oh, yep, better.
They're right.
Yeah. This messenger bag was just destroying me. Yeah.
So, the show.
Looked great, though. Looked great. Leather.
I did. You looked really
nice.
cool. You looked really cool with that
I had
thing.
a bullwhip in it. Mm-hmm. I had the idol. So, and it was like, sometimes people like give me the idol, I give you the whip, and I do that. Sometimes I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very timely, since that's a couple weeks away. We're very excited seeing how good that's going to be. No,
sometimes I carry a little bag of sand in there, because you never know, like, maybe I'm going to have to use that as a weight.
Yeah, boy, we're going to go down this rabbit hole. I remember as a kid thinking that, man, that's so smart and so cool.
The bag of sand?
The bag of sand.
Yeah.
But
we must have read ahead. I mean, the guy's a goddamn professor.
Yeah, right, ahead. Sure.
He's like, oh, yeah, he read some sort of riddle that was like, the sands of time will weight the something. He's like, I got to bring a bag of sand. That's going to come in handy.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. He knew that he had to replace that idol with something of some heft, but
I always thought it was suspect when he takes a handful out. He looks at it and he judges it up, and he's like, I think I need to take a handful of sand out. And I was like, dude, that's like a solid gold thing.
That's where I was going with this thing. Even as a kid, I was like, that's cool that he's got the wherewithal, but that's got to be way heavier than that.
Yeah. A bag of sand to a solid gold like head.
And it's not a very big bag of sand either. It's
it's not. Maybe you should have brought like a piece of lead or something.
Yeah,
right? That's like easy, compact to carry, but had the same sort of density. Like, yeah.
Well, I'm sure the
guy was a pretty smart professor, but he just didn't know anything about math.
No,
I guess
no. And I'll I'm sure the new movie coming out, Knob of Knowledge, as my coworker calls it, is going to be way smarter when it comes to
Knob of Knowledge. I don't even.
He just like the fact that they had to come up with something that was like Dial of Destiny. Like a double D. So it's just like, what's like a dial? I guess a knob. So he's just like, knob of knowledge.
Wow, he's really reaching in that one.
He reaches quite a bit, but it made me laugh. And I was like, what? He's like Indiana Jones and the knob of knowledge.
I was thinking about him the other day because he, like, his greatest line was, who's it? Oh, the guy who plays Wolverine.
Jack Human? Yeah, you see that new Jack Human movie? It's Mike. Mike's been on the show before.
Yeah, Mike. Jack Human's probably my favorite.
Oh, it's
I was
the
thinking
best.
like he's got to have like a Chat GPT or a generative AI sort of thing that he does. And if he doesn't, you need to put him on that case because all I hear about all goddamn day long is Chat GPT and generative AI. And how it's going to change how we use it. It's like you got to get him working on this. So I need to replace it.
So it would be like you'd put whatever it is through Chat GPT, and then it would come up with a Mikeism version of it? Is that
but I just need Mike's version of what does Mike call Chat GPT?
Oh.
He's got to have a thing.
Yeah. Okay, got
his other name for that.
I'll ask him.
What you came up with was fucking genius to like Chat GPT Mike, where it's just like you give it like Hugh Jackman and it comes up with Jack Human.
That shit slays me. I don't know why that one hit
that one. It is really good. It's so simple. I think is what it is. It's like it's so obvious.
He's got too many of them, and he will be the first to admit that one. I'm still working on that one. Because I heard some idiot online say dial of dementia, ha 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 ha. It's because he's old.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. But like knob, I just love that he's like, well, let's like a dial. Well, a knob's like a dial. And it's Knob of Knowledge, dude. Indiana Jones and the Knob of Knowledge. But anyways, let's go back to what this was originally supposed to be about. So you were saying about how I ironically got into the FOE, and
yeah, did we leave that part in? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it all in. I'll make it.
You're going to leave that in?
Yeah, like
I do feel like you went with like. Correct me if I'm wrong in my history of this, but like,
I'm going to leave it on at the beginning. But you are correct.
Yeah, you ducked into the one in Lake City with like your old man or something like. Oh, he's like, we'll go into the Eagles here and for a hoot, and they got karaoke and what a good time, and it was like, but it was ironic. You were doing it ironically.
Yeah, but it's also things in my life where it's like. 3D TV. I really want it to continue on, even though I really want Skipper's to be a place that I can go to and get all you can eat fish and chips. All of these old things from my childhood, and I guess this is the same problem that many of us have, and maybe not you, but like the whole.
We've already established I live in the future without keys.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
You're fucking Tony Stark. We have it. You're well into the future on all this shit. But no, I'm a nostalgia guy, and I remember like when my parents would go out in Chehalis or Centralia, I think it is Chehalis, they would go to the Eagles, and I was always like, what in the fuck is the Eagles? And then as you get older, everyone knows the Elks, but I guess I didn't really understand that like the Eagles and the Elks were the same thing, because the Eagles sound like a place for late night fun, and the Elks sounded like a place where old people had like fez hats on. And they talk about important things in their community. I had no idea.
Like a Kiwanis club or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. And I always thought the Elks was like some sort of like, it had some sort of hunting club.
Or that too,
or something, yes.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
They watched stag films. According to like a I don't know, it's probably like a Who's the Boss episode. We're going to go down to the Elks and watch a stag film. Like, it was like something from like an 80s sitcom. Like, they're going to watch a stag film. Like, what's a stag film? At the Elks? Like, I don't,
Yeah. So, yeah, it was exactly that. We drove by, and the best thing they ever did was put on the Lake City Way, Airy #1, the very first ever Eagles, not in that location, but the very first club. was in Seattle. They had a giant Eagles sign that is still there on the outside of the building. I don't know. I should ask them who created that, because you can't fucking miss it. I think it's on both sides of the building.
Yeah, it's like a banner.
It's a giant banner.
Yeah.
And I remember one day just probably stuck in traffic or whatever, and looking up there, I was like, oh, the Eagles. I think that's what my parents were a part of. And we drove by one day. I was like, oh, yeah, there's an Eagles here. Are you guys still Eagles members? And I thought for sure they would not be. Like my joke at the beginning where you just leave this laminated thing in your wallet. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we're totally Eagles. I was like, what? Because there's no Eagles in Lake Stevens.
Are they like re-upping their dues?
They're re-upping their dues every year, dude. That's what floored me. And I was like, you're kidding me.
Like, like you and your wallet. You never know. Got to be prepared.
You never know.
I might need it. I might be somewhere where the only thing that's going to get me a stiff drink is an Eagles.
It's true.
I'm not going to have my renewal, and I'm going to be fucked.
It's absolutely true, and it's happened to many of my.
I'm going to be in a dry county somewhere, and the Eagles is going to have some loophole around it. I'm going to need a side sipper. Laminated card.
Genevieve went to Roslyn over there in your parents' neck of the woods, and there's an Eagles over there, and she was over there with a group of lady friends, and she was like, I'm so excited, I'm going to go in and see what this Eagles is like, and I'm going to bring my friends in, and they're going to see what this is. And they got there, and like, this place is awesome, and they go up, and they're like, can I see your card? It was like 2 days expired, and they're like, see ya, bye.
Wow.
And she goes, oh my God, I need to re-up this thing. I'm fuck. And that was it. No Eagles fun for them in Roslyn.
That's a shame.
It happens. It happens. Which then what she didn't realize is, like, now when she walked in, she met a bunch of members on the way in, talked their ear off. They loved her, and she could have just went over to them and said, you know what? My shit's expired. Can you just sign me in? And they would have been like, oh yeah, sure. You guys are fun. We'll sign you in.
Yeah.
But anyhow, but the point is yes, it's one of those weird things that I've known from my childhood, and I went in there kind of ironically, and I went in there with my parents, and it was like pretty fun. It's of a bygone era, and I'm like, you know what? I want to help this thing continue on, and so as I've become a part of it, I want to see it at least survive. It's just like one of these weird things that's been around since 1890s, and it's like, I want to help that continue. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No, I mean, like, it's all going to be YouTube channels and TikToks, and you might as well have something that's
exactly.
Like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing more than that, and it is. There is something about the old Cheers song where you go into a place where everybody knows your name, you know? It's super, super easy. It's like,
you have like 3 of those places in North Seattle.
Well, yeah, like. That's fair enough point. Yeah, that's fair. But I don't know. It's different. I can't explain it. And
you're in there regulating the bingo. Hey guys, we can't use those daubers. We talked about that. Those daubers have the wrong ink. Yeah, no, get it out.
You can absolutely bring your own daubers. Do not listen to this imbecile. You can bring your own daubers.
We've said a million red and green daubers. Pick a color. You can't have both.
Okay, so
nobody can tell the difference. Half of us are colorblind in here. We can't do it. You like throwing down regulations like that?
So. Me saying things that are of a bygone era is like, do you have anything like that? I mean, I don't know. You're more of a guy who's just
the thing I noticed I've been meaning to like actually text you about lately. I don't know what switch has flipped in me. In literally, I think this spring or summer, whatever we're in right now, more than ever, like. I have been like, I've hit that old man stage where I'm just a fucking fiend for a watermelon. Just like, oh, get dad his watermelon. He's just going to sit over there and put in work. Because I know your old man and my old man, like, you give them a watermelon, they're just like, they just be in like a darkened kitchen, like on their own, just like what's dad doing? Oh, he's over there eating watermelon. Just like a sliced, like a like not even like in triangles, just slice it in just like a big round.
Yes, yeah.
And dig into it just like knife and fork, just putting in work.
Put it on a plate. Yeah.
Dude, I can't get enough. And I always liked watermelon. Like, I was never like, oh, watermelon's gross or something. But I was like, oh, it's fine. It's a melon. I'll take a strawberry. I'll take a watermelon or whatever. But god damn it, dude. Lately I've just been like, fuck, this watermelon's so good. And I like literally have to just like cut myself off. Like, no, not doing it. Save it. And like, what happened? Why am I like, it's insane. It's so weird.
I wonder if there's something to do with like something we're not getting enough of in our diet that now our body is craving or something. You know what I mean?
Do you have that with like? Do you get? You always like the watermelon. I feel like
no. So melons were never my thing, really.
Yeah, I'm not a big like honeydew or cantaloupe. My old man likes the honeydew and cantaloupe. I'm not into those, but.
My old man celebrated the entire catalog of melons. That's for sure.
Parents love melons. I think we've gotten a couple really good ones. Like actually, we literally had some tonight, and it was like so insanely like flavorful and juicy and just like delicious. I don't know. We keep getting like, go get them. They're on a streak right now.
But it's so true though. Like if you get a good one of those, they knock your dick in the dirt. And
you can literally just keep eating it.
You can
like,
keep
it
eating
doesn't fill you because it's like literally watermelon. Like there's nothing to it, so you can just like another. It's just like you just keep going before you know it. You're like, what am I doing?
It's
another one.
It's just it's like refreshing like water because most of it is water, like you said, and there's like a little bit of pulp in there or whatever. But like you know,
I don't do what didn't your old man like get the salt shaker out and dump a bunch of that on top?
I can't remember if that was exclusively for cantaloupe or if he did it to. I
feel like my old man might have done it with watermelon too.
I don't think my dad did it with watermelon, but I think I jokingly said that because it just seems so bizarre to me. But I think he did it with cantaloupe.
I kind of could see it with watermelon though. You get that like sweet and salty thing going.
It's like those mangoes where people put the spices on them or whatever, right?
I will also go in for like my old man for the longest time.
Don't say pineapple because that is just delicious. But go ahead.
No, I love pineapple. My old man doesn't like canned pineapple. I've always loved pineapple. I've always been addicted to it. No, mixed nuts. Oh, they got a mixed nuts here.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Get me in some of those. Like dig through the cashews and all that. Like, but like I have to like stop myself because I'm like, oh, get some almonds. You get some macadamias here. Like there's something old man about like, my dad, like every time I go over to my parents, they have like some giant Costco thing of mixed nuts and like he'll sit down on the couch with he'll scoop out a little bowl of them and just go down the couch and start putting in work. And I used to just sort of like roll my eyes at it as like probably even in my 20s and 30s. And anymore, I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah. You guys got them mixed nuts. Let me get in some of those. You get behind those?
For sure. Yeah. But I'm very selective, though. I can't just like grab a whole handful and ram them in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. I don't do that. That's great. That's insanity.
No, there's
definitely ones I toss out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm going to dig.
The Brazilian ones or whatever?
Yeah, the Brazil nuts. Forget it.
No, thanks.
And then at that point, when I'm in a mixed nut, I'm going by the ones that are usually more rare than the others, but definitely not a Brazil nut because they're just too much. It's too much at once.
It is.
It's like, fuck, man. I'm like, I want a little bit of nut in my mouth. Not a lot of nut.
They have a weird, like, it's like, they're when you have to like bite it in half or something, like when it's enough that it's like you're like gnawing on it like a dog with a bone or something. It's like, nah, that's too much.
Yeah. What do you rank in a mixed nut? What do you rank in a mixed nut?
Cashew and almonds.
That's the top of it, right?
Yeah, cashew and almonds are definitely the top for me.
Then when you go down from there. Because at my point, like there's peanuts in here. Who gives a shit about? We got peanut butter. We got peanuts in a fucking a Reese's peanut butter cup. We've got them in every candy bar from they'll have like Sunday.
They'll have a walnut or maybe a pecan or something in there. I can't have to do those sparingly. I don't mind a peanut.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll just see that's where I was going to go. I was going to go probably for me it's cashew, then a pecan or walnut, then an almond because I feel like an almond is everywhere as well. And if you get like a blue diamond smoked almond, it's like all other almonds at that point are kind of pale in comparison. So
no, I'll give you that. We get those literally the last 2 days of work. I've just been back to back meetings, and so my lunch has been out of like the snack drawers, and we get those little like snack packs of like blue. They get the wasabi ones.
Oh, I can't
plain
play with
salted.
Those.
I don't fuck with the wasabi ones, and then the smokehouse ones. Those smokehouse ones are good.
They're so good.
They're good enough. You're like. This sounds weird. You almost feel a little guilty. You're like, these can't be good for me.
No, there's no way.
There's like so much sodium or something, but man, they're good.
Yeah. And those are a holdover for like, I used to get those, I think, in my stocking when I was a kid. Like during Christmas, my mom would get like a tiny little can of smokehouse almonds from Blue Diamond. And I think that, from that point on, it's just like a special little treat that you'd get around Christmas or whatever. But yeah, it totally feels that way, and it blows my mind because we get those kind of packs of different like nuts and whatnot here at work as well. And someone came in with like a whole gross of Blue Diamond products, and not one of them was a smokehouse almond. And I was like, what sort of amateur hour nonsense is this? You go out and buy Blue Diamond almonds, and not one of them is smokehouse. If you're like, it should be the opposite. These all should be smokehouse. Like, who the fuck? Like,
yeah,
I don't get it.
Again, like the smokehouse is like, it's like today when I went to get my day 2 of eating out of the drawer, and I was like, I can't do the smokehouse 2 days in a row. That's ridiculous. I'm just going to go plain salted because like I can't. That's too indulgent.
What a disappointment!
It's almost like,
was it a disappointment for you?
No, actually they're pretty good. I like mixing it up a little bit because they makes the smokehouse special when you go back.
It's true.
You're talking about other old man stuff. You just made me remember, like literally like a week ago at work. I don't even know how this started. Like it was the most like middle-aged white guy conversation that ever started like on a Zoom or Teams or whatever on, and there was like one woman on, and everybody started talking about like their pressure washer situation. What do you got for a pressure washer?
I just pressure washed, man.
One guy goes, "Oh, I got 2. I got an electric one so I can run it early in the morning and I don't wake up the wife."
Oh my god!
And then I got my other one that like plugs in. I can do more heavy duty work. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I think I even laughed. I was like, "That's amazing." But what I was thinking was like, "That guy's a fucking genius. This guy's onto something." An electric like battery one that's quiet. What? That's a game changer.
I just pressure washed. I literally just did this. I think it was last
weekend. My old man would spend like. I feel like half of his life when I was growing up was like spent. Well, I'm gonna pressure wash the deck, and he'd just be out there. It's like he loves hosing things off and like
I don't
cleaning
blame
shit
him.
Like that. Yeah,
I don't blame him because it's one of those things that you instantly see results. It's like vacuuming for me. Like I'm like, well, carpet's looking a little ragged. Let's run the vacuum across. Oh, looks like $1 million.
I pressure washed. I got one of the. I got the little like brush thing that spins and that does like the sidewalk and the driveway. And I've been doing it. I did it last year. I did it again this year with that thing. Makes it way easier. Then my neighbor, like a week later, he pressure washed. And then last week, my neighbors across the street were out of town, and they text me. They're like, "Hey, we're up in Victoria this weekend, but I'll say his first name. Nobody knows." They're like, "Peter has a package coming. Could you check it out?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "It might be big. It's a pressure washer." And I was like, "Oh yeah, shoot, okay, yeah."
He went out of town while that thing was coming. I think
it arrived early, right? Like it was one of those things. Like he thought it was coming Monday, and the date pushed up to like Saturday or something. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll grab it and throw it in the garage." So I did that, and then he showed up on Monday. And they're like, it basically, he was like, "Oh yeah, you set a trend. When you pressure washed and the neighbor did, I realized I needed a pressure washer, so I ordered this thing." So I viraled the whole neighborhood by like pressure washing the sidewalk. But yeah, man, I don't remember, like, there's nothing ironic about it, but it's definitely like I feel like it falls in the same sort of category.
Oh, for sure.
It's like things that I'm like upset. I'm already planning, like the pressure wash I have. I'm like, It does the job. But
no.
That next thing up has got wheels. I think it would store better. I can do just be easier to get in and out. I think I'd use it more often. Like I'm already planning my next pressure washer, which is just fucking ridiculous.
Well, it's also one of those things too where the technology keeps just getting better and better, right?
Yeah, it's like a microprocessor. It's just they double the efficiency every year.
I'm not kidding. I know I'm joking, but I'm not kidding. Like you could see, like if you've got an old crusty pressure washer and you got some neighbor's got a new one, you'd be like, holy shit, that thing's quiet. Look at how small that thing is, and it's still doing the same job as mine. No,
I want something with some wheels. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
some portability. Because I got this thing, I got to pull all these hoses out and connect it all up, and I got to lug it around, and it's like the hose is always kinked and stuff. It's like, if this thing had some wheels, I might be onto something.
First of all, let's talk about my brother Kurt, who looks like my dad. Like, absolutely looks like my dad. Mini-me version of my dad. And he has, like, I would think probably more property, well, definitely than me, but I'm not sure about my older brother.
He's a goddamn baron is what he is. It's him. It's Bill Gates with all the farmland, and then it's Kurt.
That's Kurt. Yeah. No, I'm just saying he has the same sort of house situation that I had as a kid, and he's got, like, his garden, his fruit trees, and all. So we got to a point where there's, we've got like a couple of slabs of concrete in front of our place, and they're getting covered in moss, and we're like, there's various things you can do, but then I was like, I'll talk to Kurt. I'm sure he's got a pressure washer. He is my dad. I know for sure he's got a pressure washer, and I'm not going to check with my dad because my dad's pressure washer will be from 1985. And he'll
it'll be like gas. Here's where you put the oil in, and then you got to do a mix here.
You're like, you know what? I need to get a fuel filter for it. Give me a week. It's like, what? A fuel filter? What are you talking about? So I text him. Of course, he's like, oh yeah, I got a pressure washer. When do you want it? And I was like, well, I don't know. Hold off. We'll figure it out. And 2 weekends ago, he came down. Went and bought him some lunch. We'll pressure wash that shit. But here's the thing, like, you know where I live. I live in a townhome, and I've got a lot of shared spaces. So the shared driveway really needs a pressure washing.
The whole thing?
Parts of it. Like the parts that are in the shadow. They got a lot of moss.
But then if you do your part, you create like a clean spot, right?
Or no, my thought was that it's only part of the driveway, and it's just my OCD that makes me want to, like, clearly no one else is bothered by it. But then the thing with those things is, like, you forget that when you're pressure washing that shit flies somewhere.
Oh, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere. It makes a mess.
And so this will, like, fly. It'll splat all over my neighbor's fence and all this shit. So, and then there's like
especially if you got a lot of moss or something you're kicking out. Yeah, that becomes a mess.
So we go back in the driveway, like behind my house, and it's concrete, and over by where I keep my garbage can, there's just so much moss. And I was like, we both got back there, and there's kind of no easy way to hook up a hose back there.
Did you say there's no easy way out?
There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home.
Was there a shortcut back to your house? There's no shortcut back to your house either.
Thanks for bringing that. By the way, I've been rotating that in on my latest karaoke songs, and no one has.
I've seen you do it.
You've witnessed it.
Yeah, in Redmond Town.
Oh, you did see it. Okay.
We were, down in the RTC. Yeah, we were in the RTC.
Yeah, that's right.
Together.
We were in the You're like one of the only ones who knows that song. I swear, when I do it, people just are like crickets. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Am I the only one that, like, I know Rocky IV's got a ton of songs, but
it's probably my top choice off that soundtrack.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyhow, there's just no easy way of hooking up a hose back there. So, and then we started analyzing it further, and it was like, that shit's going to explode all over the sides.
It's going to look just like the underside of your toilet seat.
It's absolutely going to look like
spackled.
Some giant human came back here and laid waste to these garbage cans and this fence with just explosive diarrhea. And I know people are listening like, well, then you can set it on the soft setting, and then you can blow that off, basically the fence and the garbage cans.
Just mixes it. It's hard though, man.
Enough.
Yeah, you got to be a goddamn artist.
Enough
with it.
Yeah. Enough. Yeah. So
what'd you do? Now I'm on the edge of my seat.
I said, fuck it. I said, fuck it. I'm not going to do that. Like, It bothers me because I go and take the garbage out from time to time, and it's sitting.
Oh, you just left it.
I left it.
You just left it.
I might try some shenanigans. I hear you can like dump baking soda on it, and then it'll kill it all, and then you can just sweep it off. I might do something like that.
Yeah, there's some like stuff you can buy at the Home Depot.
But we blasted the shit out of it in my front yard, and that was good enough. That was really what we wanted to do with it. Because like when Anita says, "Hey, we need to do something with this," okay, I'll talk to Kurt. And then what about that stuff in the back? And she was right away. She was like, "What do you want to fuck with that for?" I don't know. It bothers me. Well, I mean, it's not really our situation. It's kind of a shared thing. I go, like, okay, well, I'll get Kurt's thing here, and I'll probably go back there and do something. No, she was right. I was just like, fuck this. I can't. Yeah. I'm gonna make a whole day of this. What do I need to do that for? So, but yeah, pressure washing. Shit. You talked to me when I was a kid. I wouldn't even why? Why would you need to pressure wash anything? What are you doing?
And again, my dad was out there 2-3 times a summer. I'm gonna do the deck. I'm gonna do the driveway or whatever. You're just like out there forever and just be like, yeah.
I get it.
He still goes out and does it, I think. I think he's still out pressure washing hose and stuff. It's just like, that's his happy place. And
good.
Yeah, I completely get it now.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah, the watermelon thing, by the way, too. I had a moment a few years ago with the watermelon because for me, my problem with the watermelon. I'm going to just go back really quickly because I feel like I didn't finish this off.
We didn't give it its the right. We didn't give it proper attention. We didn't give it enough.
Let's go back
time. I think. Yeah.
My problem is I like a fruit, and Anita, if she was to listen to the show, and I know she doesn't, but if she was to listen to the show, she would go like, "Oh boy, this guy again." But when it comes to a fruit, I need equal parts sweet and like sour. For me, a pineapple is perfect.
Okay.
Like a slice of fresh pineapple, you got the sweet.
So you need like a Granny Smith or something.
Granny Smith, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I will never I can't do can anyone do a Red Delicious? Does anyone like that mealy
nobody does
bullshit?
That. Yeah.
Right? It's super sweet.
Maybe like a raspberry, a blackberry, a Granny Smith, something. Yeah, you need the sweet and the tart together.
I do,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Blueberries.
That's why that honeydew and that cantaloupe ain't cutting it for you. Too sweet.
I mean, I can do it, no problem. But and all this stuff I can do. But a blueberry, not an amazing thing to me. And everyone tells me, oh, the antioxidant, whatever. It's like so.
What about a Rainier cherry?
Ooh, yeah,
cherry?
I love. Yeah,
those are just sweet. Those aren't very tart.
No, they got a little bit of tartness in them still.
A little bit.
A little bit of tartness in them. Being in a Rainier, absolutely.
I will chain cherries until I'm regretting it.
I know. I was going to say you sit on the turlet for hours.
They will and you're like, this isn't quite. I mean, it'll be fine. They can't really be that.
Wrong.
And you're like, nope. Those work.
What is it? Shit through a tennis racket at 10 paces and not hit a string? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was my holdup for the longest time with the watermelon. But
not tart enough.
Not tart enough. In fact, not at all, right? And what I find, though, is as I've grown older, I don't know what it is about the watermelon, but it's not as sweet as like a honeydew, or it's almost like a honeydew and a cantaloupe is too concentrated for me. Like even the mouth feel of it is a little too dense, whereas the watermelon is like really airy, really juicy. And
there's something with the texture.
There's something with the texture for sure.
It's like having some sort, almost like a. I'm trying to think like a
slushy,
like a slushy, yeah, like a slushy pop or something. Yeah, totally.
And so
the crispiness to it.
Kelly did a hack, and you've probably heard me say this 1,000 times. But and the other problem with the watermelon too is I don't care what trick you're doing. I still to this day do not know how to get a good watermelon. I don't know what you pound on it.
You gotta talk to my old lady because the last few we got here
she's really because it's like it's the spot where it sits on the soil. You gotta the bigger the spot, the sweeter it is, or the right. I still can't figure that shit out.
Yeah,
like every now and then I get lucky and it'll fucking blow my socks off, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna chase that dragon, and the next 3 are just like dog shit.
Yeah.
But back in the day, Kelly, he got a watermelon. It wasn't great. He was like, it's okay. He chunked it up, instead of just like cutting slices off of it, but like triangled it up and then halved a couple of limes and squozed them over the top of all the and threw the halves of limes in there and then chilled it. And so like we went on to go watch fireworks somewhere, like all of us. And he shows up, he's got this goddamn giant thing of like sliced up watermelon with limes, like kind of squeeze. It was so goddamn good, dude. I don't know if I've and that like flipped me around on watermelon, dude. It's so quenching and so good. Like you do that trick, you put it in the
squozed it. Is squozed the thing, or did you just make that up?
Isn't it like I probably made it up.
Oh, I like it.
Isn't squoze like past tense of squeeze?
Is it?
And I don't know. And then I just put
that before.
And then I put the ed on there because that makes it sound stupid. Squozed, but he put that goddamn thing in the ice. You put that in the ice box, and you get yourself.
You got the ices. You put it in the ices.
Yeah, you get it. And I'm talking. The problem is though, you pull that thing out, you start munching on it. It's hurting your teeth. It's so fucking cold, but you won't mind because the mouthfeel and the quench of that ice cold watermelon with a little hint of lime. Forget it. That's my hot tip. I think that's how we end the show. I don't know, but that's just.
I think so.
But
I think you nailed it.
But yeah, Kelly,
squoze some lime.
Of all the things I've taken from Kelly, my friend that I met one time when we went to film school for 1 year, and he was the dude that came in with smelly China Express from Safeway, and I knew like that's my guy right there. The one thing I take away from him is that little hack for watermelon that isn't great. And I think also with that hack is like, if it's not that sweet, if you throw some of that lime in there with it, it'll accentuate whatever sweetness there is. And that's that. Yeah.
I'm actually excited to try this hack. I love lime in general, like limeade, lime, anything. Yeah. So,
don't overdo it, but what I mean? Like just
a skosh.
Yeah, just a skosh.
An RCH.
Yeah, an RCH. Yeah. So, all right, buddy. Well, that's, I think we did it. And everyone?
I think we learned a lot.
Yeah, I think, use these tips. This is when you listen to the show, guys, use all these hot tips that we deal out
Change
to
your
you.
life.
Change your life.
Change your life. Absolutely. Regular goddamn Tony Robbins is here.
If you've been driving by.
Listen to it's like Tony Robbins times 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. If Frank T.J. Mackey, right here, we're going to change your life around. But if you, don't ignore that FOE, that Eagles when you're driving by. Next time you think about old Thunder and you go, you know what? Maybe I'll.
He said that was a hoot.
Yeah, he said that.
What are you in for? What sort of damage you do at an FOE for an annual membership? Or is that like, top secret?
No, it's like I think it's up to like maybe like $60 now, $70 a year, something like that.
And that gets you unfettered access.
Absolutely.
To FOEs around the world.
You got.
I mean, like they're giving it away.
Shuffleboard. We got a pool table. We got a dance floor. We
got the karaoke. You got the bingos.
We got the bingo. We've got dartboards.
They throw in a crock pot.
Yeah.
You get a French dip.
I am missing Taco Tuesday right now to do this show. That's what's going on right now.
How's that French dip action happening? Is that happening? It
hasn't happened in a while. The pandemic kind of put the kibosh on that French dip.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. I would put it up there with any French dip in town when Mike was running it like monthly.
Pound for pound.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it was a prime rib dip. It wasn't just a French dip. It was a prime rib dip. So, but anyways, think about these tips. Use them. We'd love for you to do that. And then, like always, send in the hot tips of your own to the sod.podcast@gmail.com. We'd love to read them on the air, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, pal. Thanks for doing it. And God love everyone. See you next time.
Only in America.